Hello, this is Therese Walters, and I would like to share some resources that I use for genealogy searching. And today I'm going to talk about the Hathi Trust, but I want to show you how to get to it as well, because sometimes it's yucky outside or you don't have a ride, and it's easier to find a book and read it online instead of finding it at a local library, but it may be in both places, so that's also a great option. So today I'm going to start out by recording my screen, and as you can see the word Hathi Trust right there. You can read about the Hathi Trust here, and it's started in '08, and it was a place to preserve books, and then it ended up becoming a place to also access books. And there's a lot of universities, well, I say a lot. At one point, Virginia Tech was one of only 50 universities that were part of this organization. I think it was probably grown a lot by now, but only in the last few years have people at Virginia Tech, students at Virginia Tech, had access to the full version of the site. When they're in the library, they can use the full version, but the general public is welcome to use this version, and it's great. So you can search it, if you're an institution, you can donate scanned collections to it, but there are very tight restrictions on it being good quality when you donate to the Hathi Trust, so that people can read it. But they don't want to see pictures of your thumbs and their scans and different things. But anyway, I wanted to show you how I use this for genealogy today. So I put it in Hathi Trust. It looks like they have a mobile version too, which is great if you want to read things on your phone. Half of our people probably are using their phone to just read this or see this right now. So I'm going to click on the hathitrust.org, and here we are. So I'm not going to log in because I don't have an ID to log in, and I'm at home. I'm not at the library. So today I'm going to look at just the word genealogy. See what they have. Well, they have this many items. All items, 736,000. They have full view, which is, I guess, it's just an abbreviated view of a book. They have full views of books, 316,000 books. So I can sort it. I can say, well, what about the origin being in one of these places, or of one of these places? I can put down the authors. I can change just whatever language. You can see the place that it was published. And this is kind of an interesting thing. A book versus a serial is like electronic. A journal could have like a section of the journal, or it could be the entire journal that has something about genealogy in it. Dictionaries, biographies, and here are the original locations of who donated the book. And I will say University of Michigan is one of the earlier, and University of California are one of the earlier donators. And Library of Congress is in here. This is a great place to get anything from Library of Congress. So over here I can say, well, all right, let's look at the books. And I can pick something. And earlier I looked at this book, so I'll just start with this one. Click on it and see if I can get it to go. Oh, I want to do full view. So while you're in a book here, you see the image of it, and right now, if you go over to the right, you can see what kind of layout you're going to look at the book in. So right here, I have it on book view, which means it's going to have left page, left side, and right side. It's literally going to flip pages like a book. And, it tells you, it's kind of nice if you want to feel like you're really reading it in paperback, if you like that. And then I could have several pages at once open. That's sometimes convenient. If you click on this button here, it'll do like your full screen. I think that's kind of a universal image sign for that. And then right here, I can make it bigger, which I typically do because I need that. And up here is page turning. Well, it was page turning. If I click on it, it just takes you through the book. So I can just keep clicking. Takes you to pages 4 and 5, and 6 and 7, 8 and 9. So you don't have to read it like this, though. So we have a new president of our Virginia Tech Women's Club, so I thought I'm on genealogy, I'll put in her last name. Because when you put in my last name, very little shows up on my maiden name, which is Kingry. But we'll put in our new president's last name up here. As you can see, search for the text for just that word. And that's nice. This is what I want y'all to be able to do, is put in a family name that you're searching. And this book is pretty big. And it has 27 matching terms of that last name. And it tells you what pages you can find that last name on. And these are genealogy list from families and their descendants. So you can put in, let's see, Laura. We'll put in Laura's last name. I know that's a good one to use because I've researched with her before. Oh, look. 22 matching terms. You cook, people, I tell you. And so it could say, yeah, well, it was this family, the Sharp family, and then they married so-and-so, they married so-and-so, and here's their descendants. And they use the word last name Cook in their names. And somebody has done a lot of work putting these things together, but it has all been collected and put into this one nice big book by, let's see, will it tell us who donated this book? Oh, I think it said in the beginning it was a University of California book. So this is a great tool, and let's just click on a page so you can kind of see what it looks like when you see that page. And I'm going to make it bigger. And so it's alphabetical. See, Khan family, and it has their genealogy there. You can't really read it on this. Let's do this. Now that might have, what I just did, I clicked on full screen, so you can probably still see my marker here, but because I drew a square of just the, my screen for this recording, I only drew a square that was, the size of my web browser. So I don't know if you can see everything that I'm seeing right now, but since it's blown up, you can at least see where I was looking for Cook. But you can see the last names. I find this especially helpful when I'm looking for the female lines, because it could be used as a middle name, or maiden names are recorded in here. So now I'm going to unclick the big screen, and hopefully it's still, I'm moving my screen around too much. Let's look for another last name. Like, my maiden name has very little research in genealogy trees. Aw, sad face. Yep, I'm only listed as, if you're really curious, Therese, how do you want to spell this several different ways? So, related term, RT, is Gingrich family. You can use ERY. It has, other ways to look up that name, which is also helpful. Let's do another person in the group. Miss Risen. I saw you yesterday at the reception. Let's see. No, there's nothing there. Okay. Oh. Let's try another name that I know. There we are. Mrs. Hogue. Wow. Looks like there's good results here. And I guess from this you could just grab whatever you like and page through it. So we'll sit there and click on the first one. And it has genealogies again. So if you want, you could look at, let's see what this looks like here. If I'm doing one page at a time instead of two, it's a lot easier to see. Looks like it changed pages. I don't see Hogue anymore on here. But anyway, you get the picture. You can go through this book and just page through it like this, or search for just one term, and it's a great website to use. And if you're not going to be working on genealogy for that day, you click down here on the home button, and you can say, I want to read a book. So I'm going to look for a book that's really old. So Oliver Twist. Remember, Oliver Twist can't do this, so what's the use of trying? That was a hopscotch thing as my song as a kid, I remember. And if I want to, I can read that book. This one looks interesting. Let's see what it looks like. So Harvard University Library scanned it, and this is the book cover, and look, there's a gift of Winthrop Weatherby of Boston. That's who donated the book to the library, and it's a scan of the actual book with stains and everything. I think this is pretty cool. So I hope that you have enjoyed learning about the Hathi Trust. You can read any of the classics that you want, the entire books. They're great. This is a great site to use. So that's it for today, and I hope to do a few more resource videos by sharing my screen and showing you guys what I'm looking at. And because this is mostly a virtual group, this is a great way for us to get together through the internet and share things that we find as great resources. Talk to you later.